All right, so today will be, the homework for chapter 4 is going to be the same type of stuff we use in chapter 7. It's going to be copy and array. So as long as if you have those down already, this homework should be easy. But the main thing I want you to do is make a template today. So I want you to please follow along and create your template. That way you'll have like a foundation every time you start your homework. Okay, so make sure your AutoCAD's open, and when you're ready, type in type limits, and I want the limits to be 0, 0 on the bottom left corner, and the upper right will be 12, comma 9. Once you've done that, hit zoom and all. Okay, so that'll be our workspace. So when you do that, you've created a 12 by 9 workspace. So when you print or project this area, your workspace, it's going to be that section. You can always adjust that to 18 by 12 or whatever. Next thing I want you to do is type the grid. Make sure it's 0.5. Usually that's kind of the standard one. Snap will be half of that, 0.25. So type grid 0.5, snap 0.25. Okay, and precision, let's see here. Just so we have this set up from now on. I think 1 decimal place and 2 decimal place for this guy is good. As far as units, I'll leave that up to you. Those will change depending on the question, right? So grid, snap, units. Let's see if the light scale, type in 0.5. LT scale. Okay. So if you've done that already, and let me know if you missed anything, because I want you to save this at the end. What I want you to do now is create the layers. For your future designs, right? So from now on, I want you to have this already set up. So have one for your measurements. Let's see here. This would be measurements. I believe we chose, I chose green, but if you want to choose something else, you can. And have a couple of layers like this on the bottom, but yeah, I'll do that last. Okay, but anyway, so make like 3 layers here. And I'll give you some time to do that. So make sure one of them is measurement. So I like making the bottom one measurement. Okay. There you go. Here you can have that as your cross section, or if you have some other layers you prefer to use, please make those and change your colors. Like a blue layer, a red layer. And you can, I would recommend changing the line type if you're going to do cross section. Okay. So once you've done this, the main thing I want you to do after all of this is said and done is save this as a template. So assuming you got your layers done, well, I'll give you some time actually. Let me give you about, say, 3 minutes to make your layers. Then I'll show you how to save the template. Okay, I mean, you type the grid. Grid was 0.5. Snap was 0.25 units. It's 2 decimal places. Angle was 1 decimal place, or precision 1 and 2. LT scale was 0.5. All right, guys. So everyone have their layers made. Is there any questions so far? Okay. All right. So at this point, to save your template, it's not too difficult. I believe you just go save as. It's really as simple as that. Save as, and then you go to a drawing template. DWT. So let me get this out of the way. So call this like your own personal thing, like I don't know, Jack's template or whatever. Okay, so save it under templates. So then when you make a new normal English, feet, inches, drawing template, okay. So now whenever I make a new one, let's say I go back to start. Son of a biscuit. So here, when you create a new template, mine may look a little different. I updated it 2022, but you know where it says new or whatever, you can browse templates here and then choose the one you want. Yours might have a drop-down menu of all the templates, and that might be easier. But yeah, you can customize this any way you want and then save it. So whenever you open it, so let's say this is the first time I'm opening this up. So this is some new drawing, right? but it has my layers, and it has the workspace. It has my snap turned on. You can also customize these so you have certain ones turned on when you first create a drawing, as long as you start with that template. I always make sure that these are turned on, just because I hate, you know, starting to draw and it's not on. But anyway, the only new thing in here is the move command in chapter 4. Yeah, before I move on, do you have any questions on the template stuff? Do you see how you can customize it in all kinds of different ways?
What was the workspace settings you had set up?
Oh. One moment, let me find it. Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, so the workspace was 12 by 9, so I just hit the limits and I did 0, 0. Sorry, do that again. 0, 0, 12, 9. The other one that I see pretty common, 18 by 12. It's up to you though.
Okay, thanks.
Go 18, 12. And once you've done that, you can zoom to that specific spot. So this is 18 by 12. Once you zoom in, so you know exactly how big the space is. Okay, so let's move on then. So let's use the move command. Let's just make something simple like a circle using radius. So let's center it at 9,6. Oops, I have it on. I'm in the measurements, but who cares? Radius 1. Now the move command is right here. It's a little bit different from copy. So I select the object, press enter, and then it wants me to select a base point. You can choose anywhere you want. I like to pick the center of the object before I move it. So I am now moving the object over here. So pretty simple stuff, right? It's just move, enter, base point. So different than copy, because copy will just leave the original alone, right? Like we did last time. But it's still done exactly the same way, right? Except it leaves the original. So if you wanted to use copy instead of move, you could just delete this technically. Okay. Anyway. All right, so I open up homework for chapter 4. That is, let's see, let me find it. 4.3. Okay, here's the PDF. So in this example, this homework problem, oops, they want you to make this weave. So it looks complicated, but in reality, all you got to do, oh man, I did a horrible job scanning this. So all you have to do is make this first few pieces. So make this here and this, just make sure they're exactly the way it says. And then you're gonna copy, or rather array all of this all the way into the corner. So you may want to start with this, with the edge, right? Let's say 6 by, I think it tells you 6 by 6 maybe. It's a square, right? Yeah, 6 by 6 square. So make a 6 by 6 square first, then begin drawing these guys here. I would recommend to make your measurement page, or layer rather, and show just these measurements before you start the array. So show this like in a different layer. Just copy this the way it is, and then go back to the main layer and do the array and finish it off. Make it look like this. So everything needs to be set perfectly so it can weave the way it's supposed to be. Okay. So nothing new. It's still gonna be the same stuff you did last time on chapter 7. So copy, array, and that's about it. Yeah, that's all they use here. Copy, array. Make sure you turn on this grid and snap. You may need to adjust this.